young lady from Wyong. Phillipsburg about to walk up. Darren Flindell with the opener at the Midway.
They're all set to go. Starter about to release them. Does so now, off and racing, and Star-Fisticated handled the start very well and zooms to an early lead of the inside division. Wild Thoughts, the favourite, being sent forward. So's Jacob's Time and Sunset Park out wide, being ridden with the intent of leading, and Sunset Park showed great speed there to cross the entire field. Moncana whips around them going to second, then Jacob's Time and Star-Fisticated fourth, and 2 lengths away to the favourite Wild Thoughts. The field fairly well strung out early, about 2 or 3 lengths further back to Kodo Descartes on the inside of Avion Fury. After a length then the grey Be Real, who's gradually improving its position inside Gwendy. Further back then to firing up a little bit in the runners at Jeter on the outside of Sacro Catino, and Phillipsburg is the last one. Sunset Park 1,000 out, trying to repeat the tactics at Hawkesbury last time out, and Sunset Park leads the way by a length and a half on Moncana. Jacob's Time third, half the inside to Star-Fisticated, then Wild Thought shooting for 3 in a row, travelling well fifth. Avion Fury starting a run out wide. Kodo Descartes are back on the fence. Be Real close to heels. Then Gwendy gets going. Further back in the field too. Starting a run now is a Jetta from Sacro Catino, and Phillipsburg still the last one. Sunset Park and narrow leader approaching the turn from Moncana. Then Jacob's Time, Avion Fury sustaining a run. Star-Fisticated looking for a bit of room behind them, and then came Wild Thoughts into the straight. Sunset Park a narrow leader from Moncana is making a real race of it. Star-Fisticated's had a great trail and is now launching an attack on the outside. So Star-Fisticated moved up. Challenges for the lead now from Sunset Park. Moncana, a big gap back to the rest. Star-Fisticated ridden out now, 50 metres to go, and Star-Fisticated's pulling away. Bob the heads for the miners, Sunset Park and Moncana. So those leaders kept fighting on. A gap back to Ajita, together with Sacro Catino there on the white cap. Kodo Descartes of the rails, and Wild Thoughts battled, so the tableau of the day was spot on there. Further back to Gwendy Be Real, Jacob's Time, Avion Fury, and Phillipsburg was last.
Andrew Atkins and John Thompson combined in the first with Star-Fisticated. Wins easily. It's going to be close for the miners between Sunset Park and Moncana. Star-Fisticated running down the top 2 around the turn. Sunset Park and Moncana.
Yeah, well, she's so honest. She's been so honest all preparation, and does that probably thank that Tazima form for later on, who's one of the firmers in that race. So that opens up the talk about that race as well. But just far too good from the horses that took up the running there, who's forward on particularly well, Sunset Park and Moncana. Lay of the day, perfectly ridden, and seemed to have every chance there, Wild Thoughts.
Well, Jay Ford got to the spot where Kerry Parker wanted him to be.
He did. He got into a terrific position from that tricky barrier. But like I said, Rads, jumping up to the 1800 from the 1500, they were going to go probably a little bit slower, but there was actually a fair bit of speed going into that first turn, but then they backed it off going down the back. But very well positioned there by Andrew Atkins on the winner. Job well done.
Okay, Star-Fisticated for John Thompson and Andrew Atkins. Now, what time have they run in the opener? 1:51.59. 1:51.59. The class record. 10 years to the day since Bart Cummings passed away, a man who knew him very well, John Thompson. So maybe it's fitting you win a race on this day.
Yes, no, that's good. You know, taught me most that I know. So there's a lot of Bart in this horse.
Great preparation.
Yeah, look, she's very honest mare. Today she finally drew a gate, which was a big plus. She'd been drawing wide and rushing forward and working hard early and being a bit flat in the finish, but today got a nice cushy run and therefore was really strong late.
Thoughts on any plans?
No, just go through our grades, but at some stage down the track we might try some black type.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Well done, Annie. She's a tough top, I think, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She's been very consistent the last couple of runs. I think them sort of 1%ers probably haven't really been going her way, and today from a soft gate and a nice setup for her and a nice race, I thought if everything could go to plan, she'd get them 1%ers right or in favour, she would take a bit of running down. Main thing was just waiting with her. She sort of seems to clock off the last couple of runs, just getting out in front a bit too early, but today just worked out perfect. She was smothered up at the right times and in open air at the right times, and I was just able to let her run up the furlong there, and she was excellent. She was tough, she was gritty, and she deserved that.
A little bit of an omen. Bart Cummings, 10 years today since he passed away. John Thompson used to be foreman, and it's your birthday.
It's a good day to be a winner at Rosehill. No, it's excellent. John, I've got to thank John and his team. He's given me a lot of support lately, and it's good to get winners and back that support up. But hope things keep kicking along nicely.
Well done, bud.
Thanks.
Miss Fennell. So the roll in, there's the light now, and we're ready to go. Favourite draw on the inside. And they're racing. So the favourite Solitario ridden out of the gate settles about midfield. Boy, there's plenty going forward. Miss Emma's right there, and Miss Emma's going to take the early lead. The main event right in the thick of the action together with Shoot 'em Up, and Solitario's driving through on the inside. Coming across from wide out is Give Me Joy. So Miss Emma in front with Give Me Joy and Al Flores poking through the middle. Favourite's pretty well positioned there, Solitario. Fourth on the back of the speed on the inside of Shoot 'em Up. The main event out wide. Great Ideas out wide. Miss Fennell midfield from Ship Shape. Ghost Walker out wide. Warrior for Pieces well back in the field. They're followed after a length and a half to Angel in the Wind from Nova Centauri, and Eneology is the last one. Give Me Joy did plenty of work there now. Give Me Joy takes the lead inside the 600 metres by 2 or 3 lengths on Miss Emma. Then came Al Flores, Shoot 'em Up the outside. Now the favourite is 3 back the inside, Solitario, as they straighten up. Give Me Joy about a length and a half clear from Miss Emma going to second, then Shoot 'em Up. Trying to come off heels there is the favourite Solitario. It's taking some work to get it off heels. Oh, it won't race straight, and coming right down the outside, Unreachable in the red and black there with a good run, and Ship Shapers bursting through to the inside. Nova Centauri's late on the scene. Unreachable in front from Nova Centauri. Unreachable beat Nova Centauri. Photo for third, Solitario and Miss Fennell. Followed then by Ship Shape, who got its chance. Further back, Angel in the Wind from Eneology. Give Me Joy got tired. Further back, Great Idea, Ghost Walker. Never in the hunt there was Warrior for Peace. Then the main event, Shoot 'em Up, and Al Flores.
He can do that, Jeremy Sylvester. Pop up in a highway at big odds. That's certainly not the longest price winner he's had. I think one scored at 100s one day, didn't it, Tim? Just can't think of the horse's name, but it was big odds. Unreachable, Dylan Gibbons. Jeremy Sylvester is first from Cessnock. Nova Centauri, the Scone Galloper, Alicia Collett, Rod Northam, and third is going to be the favourite. I'll get Corey to talk about Solitario in a moment. It looks as though it might have just fallen into third after being wayward, certainly not tractable down the straight when Jay McDonald was trying to get out of that pocket. But what did you think of that? Ronnie?
Yeah, well, she's had the good run last start behind the right horse, if you wanted to believe it, behind Dollar Magic, where she was beaten less than 2 lengths. So she's backed that up, and that form proved to be correct. She was just too strong down the middle here. We're a little bit worried coming right down the outside, but a few of them did in that race, and they've run amongst the place getters. So it was open for an upset, and the market suggests we got one.
Well, Jeremy Sylvester, 12 months ago, since one of your highway winners went round at 125 to 1. Today, not so big, but still juicy.
Yeah, no, good price. She was over the odds, I think. Probably the barrier was our concern. She ran a very good race at Wyong in a strong field a fortnight ago. So we sort of picked this race out. So Dylan was very impressed with her the other day, and he said, I'll stick with her. So the barrier was our worry, but it was a tough win. She was sat wide all the way. Once she balanced up, she gave a nice kick.
Sydney Marathon on tomorrow?
No, 14's enough for me.
Well done, Dill. Barry looked tricky, but no drums at all.
Yeah, halfway around I was thinking about best way to apologise, and thankfully now I don't have to. No, look, I did say to him beforehand, though, when you get these big fields, ideally I didn't want to be 4 deep, I was happy to be 3 deep, but because they're so big, the inside ones can have a bit of trouble where we were just able to be in a rhythm, flow, and to the horse's credit, hit a flat spot around the corner, but when we straightened up, really come again, and look, it was a tough dominant win, and was out on its feet in the middle of the track, so it's done a terrific job.
You must be happy with the return from injury.
Yeah, it's going really well, especially when things like that go your way. You know, it means you're doing things right because you're getting a little bit lucky.
Well done.
Thank you.
Just about all in, Darren Flindell for the third.
And we're ready to run. The mare's about to fly. Gates are back now. They're off and racing. And Just Ella began well with Soul Choice the outside. Vienna Vixen's not in the hunt early. And Just Ella a reluctant leader from Soul Choice. And Rikia and Vienna Vixen's driving along the rails in the early part. Real clump now. Soul Choice has to go back. Sacred Rocks was right behind them. It just eases back a bit. From Kingston Charm and Sunshine Laws last in a very slowly run race. Just Ella's going to lead by default here. And the favourite Amrika moves to second. Vienna Vixen the inside. And Soul Choice has decided now to go around the field. And Clark pushes on now on Soul Choice. Will take the spot outside Just Ella. Followed by Vienna Vixen on the inside of Amrika. Further back to Sacred Rocks, Sister Day, Kingston Charm, Sunshine Laws last of all. 5 lengths covers the field at the 700. Just Ella a half in front to Soul Choice. Then Vienna Vixen and Rikia 1 out 1 back and Sacred Rocks on a 3 wide path. Sister Day slightly cluttered up between runners. Kingston Charm the fence and Sunshine Law being ridden conservatively today is still back last of all. Just Ella and Soul Choice under a vigorous ride turn together. Then Vienna Vixen and Rikia is taking a while to wind up. Sacred Rocks the outside joined her. Sister Day's a mile back being ridden for luck. Just Ella's trying to cause an upset. Just Ella 2 lengths clear. Sunshine Laws rattling home from back in the field. Kingston Charm, Vienna Vixen coming through. It's Vienna Vixen and Sunshine Law. Kingston Charm the outside. Sunshine Law the inside. Just one. Sunshine Law ridden stone cold beat them from Kingston Charm, Vienna Vixen, Soul Choice. What a fill-up for bookies here. Sister Day took forever to come home. Then came Just Ella. Boy, Amrika was really plain today. Sacred Rocks will go home with an excuse of being 3 wide the trip.
Punters on the back foot here, and the bookies are smashing them through the covers. It was Slay of the Day getting beaten in the first. $23 the second winner or longer. And now the 2 favourites well out of a place in the third. Sunshine Law will beat Kingston Charm and Vienna Vixen as they hit the line. Not much between them, but it'll be inside, outside, middle. Numbers are about to go up.
Well. I think we rolled the eyes a little bit when they said, they're going to ride a quieter today, but it seemed a winning move there. And she finished off and beat the different form there of Kingston Charm and Vienna Vixen. Those couple of favourites were very ordinary. They were beaten horses on the point of the turn there. So this stable is absolutely flying. Denham Wynan.
It's great to see too, Ronnie. I was just watching Denham run through the gate there and the smile on her face, from a grin from ear to ear. But great ride there by Anna Roper. She didn't panic. Like, she was obviously back in the field, small field. She didn't attempt to go around them, which she had the options to do that. But she just sucked up underneath them, picked the eyes out of the race and won as she liked on the end.
I think it's 3 out of 4 Saturdays, or 3 out of 5 Saturdays, because we lost a meeting at Randwick and then she didn't train a winner there last week. But Denham Wynan, are you getting used to this?
To say get used to it would be good, to be coming here and being competitive like my horses are, but I'm so happy with my horse today. I did say to the owners she was a late entry, obviously, but I said to them, don't let Snowden scare you out of the race. Your horse had beat Sister Day already, and I thought they were the 2 in the race to beat. I'm very proud of my horse. She went super. We chose to ride her quiet today. Anna, I love Anna. She takes a lot of care for the horses, and she said to me she feels she's a better horse if she can take a sit than be up on the pace. She's a better chaser. She feels she wants to give it away. If she's up on the pace, she just wants to throw the race away. So if she has something to chase, she's a better horse. So.
Well, it's all about girl power today, because that young lady out in the middle of the parade there, Talia, this is her first day strapping in the big smoke.
Yep, first day. She works for Kristen Buchanan, and Kristen, obviously I do all my work myself, so I need a bit of help here and there, and Kristen has lent her to me for the day, so I'm great. Yeah.
All right, well, see you back here in a fortnight.
I hope so, thank you.
Here's Anna.
Well, Anna's no stranger to a Saturday winner, but great ride, because you had the options to come around the field, but you just picked the eyes out of it.
Yeah, look, obviously on paper there wasn't a lot of speed, and I was a little bit worried that I was probably the only leader in the race, but change of tactics and to ride her cold, and she did want to overdo it. I knew she had, but I knew they'd gone a steady enough tempo where they were just going to quicken and spread out nicely. So to ride her for luck and keep her bottled up for long enough was the option.
Well done.
Thank you.
The outsider Kingston Charm, all the favourites were well beaten, particularly Amrikia. So we're just about set now. There's the light, ready for the Campbelltown Catholic Club handicap. The gates are back and it's a great start. Crystal Clear and the orange began particularly well. Captain Furai is a lot better out today. Going forward is Nicosi and Anything Goes, and Captain Furai will settle in fourth. Clear from Brosnan, Kapakiri, Rogue Rocker. Then Sevens and Smoother Spree's going to settle at the rear of the field. Easy lead for Crystal Clear, and Anything Go will grab leaders back. And Nicosi parks third on the outside. 2 off to Captain Furai on the running line. On the outside of the grey Brosnan. Then Kapakiri just easing back, looking to drop in on the outside of Sevens. 2 lengths to Rogue Rocker and Smoother Spree's back last of all. Crystal Clear shows the way, and now Nicosi strides up on the outside, going to an outright second from Anything Goes, and Captain Furai closer in the run today. And McDonald's got him up, went out, one back. In front of Brosnan, further back Kapakiri, third last Sevens from Rogue Rocker, and Smoother Spree 7 off the lead last. 600 to go. Crystal Clear a half in front to Nicosi. Anything Goes, then Captain Furai, Brosnan, Kapakiri, and Sevens heads the rest as they turn. Crystal Clear swings at the 400 by a length on Nicosi, stoked up. Anything Goes, scraping paint, getting desperately tight for room as Captain Furai moves up steadily. Further back to Brosnan running on. Crystal Clear a narrow leader. Anything Goes is trying to pick it up. Captain Furai is taking forever to wind up. Crystal Clear still in front from Anything Goes. Captain Furai, Anything Goes on the inside. Crystal Clear came back, and I think Crystal Clear may have wanted a nose. Very close. Crystal Clear from Anything Goes. Captain Furai, Every Hope third. Then Brosnan, Sevens late. Nicosi dropped out from Smoother Spree, Kapakiri and Rogue Rocker.
Crystal Clear has come again to beat Anything Goes. They were going to settle down to fight it out. Hard up against the inside, Anything Goes. Got its head in front over Crystal Clear. Crystal Clear has fought back and has won it. Braith knock for Annabelle and Rob Archibald. Number 5, Crystal Clear, will beat number 6, Anything Goes. Kerry McAvoy and Matt Smith, that had clearly hit the front. And Captain Furai is going to be in third spot, about a half length away.
Yeah, well, it was heads up, heads down, wasn't it? With the 2-horse war there, you could have gone the early crow on both of it at any stage. But third up here with the claim, Crystal Clear gets the nose down on the line there from Anything Goes, who's been around the mark without winning all the way through here. And he had his chance there, Captain Furai. No excuse to Cozy, probably just lacks the experience of a few and might want a little bit further. But good, tough win, third up, hitting a peak at the right time.
Yeah, I think it was a great ride there by Braith Knock as well, Ronnie. He obviously knew Kieran McAvoy was going to squeeze and try and go for from that soft barrier, but he obviously jumped really, really well, Braith, and he had like a length and a half to play with.
Well done, Annabelle. Clearly headed, but a tenacious win.
Yeah, he's got he's got a long neck, and I think it helped there. And he's also got a parrot mouth, so I think that helps in those tight finishes. But yeah, brave ride by Braith. We obviously slightly tricky draw. We didn't want to change what we do with him too much. We thought we'd be up on speed, but he had to do a little bit of work to cross. Yep. Took him a little while to cross, and I thought the horse was tough, as you say. He got headed and came back, so just good to get him back on top of the ground.
You had a crack at Group 3 and Group 2 company last prep. Are you going to try and head there again? Are you going to aim the bar a bit higher?
Yeah, obviously as a 3-year-old he was good. He's fourth in the calendar Presnell, but we've just come back now as a 4-year-old, and we're just going through it. I suppose we're going through our grades, but I think it'll take a lot of confidence from that. Great for Group 1 thoroughbreds. They've got a few horses with us in the stable. Jeremiah does a really good job, so yeah, good to get a Saturday win for them, and I'm sure he's going to keep on progressing through the grades.
Well done.
Thank you.
Here's Braith.
Well done, Braith. A little bit tight at the top of the straight there, but he was going through the line.
Yeah, he quickened for me really nice. He's got a lovely big action on him. Yeah, he's a very nice horse. I was quite happy the way he quickened and he fought hard with that other horse there. I didn't actually know I was inside there at one point, but yeah, very good effort.
Did he find again? Because you're clearly headed.
I thought he did. Once I reined him up again and asked for the supreme effort, I thought he's quite strong that last little bit, because I know that horse inside us is actually quite tough too. So yeah, really.
Now, who else have we got? Le Spirit Dealer is the last to move in now. So they're all set, ready to run. Race 5 here at Rosehill. Tazima heavily backed. Racing now. Last out of the gates was Betar and Sly Boots, and She's Unusual won the start, and they'll cut out the early lead. Racing handy on the inside, Amusing from Tazima. Travolta 3 out, Fleet Commanders 4 out, and pushing forward. Pure Alpha's trying to drop back in the second half of the field. Betar whizzes up the fence from King Ratella, and Le Spirit Dealer is going to settle last of all. She's Unusual holds the front of the mile mark, out by a length on Sly Boots, and Amusing holds a forward roll, and Fleet Commander is now going to drop in and get some cover fourth. Clear then from the post-time favourite Tazima on the outside of Betar, and it looks as though Travolta's caught out deep. Pure Alpha behind them, a length and a half Le Spirit Dealer. King Ratella is back at the tail of the field. She's Unusual, 1,200 metres to go, looking to make all out by a length and a half to Sly Boots. 2 lengths off to Amusing. She's shooting for 4 in a row today. Parked on the inside of the big roughy Fleet Commander. 2 off to Betar on the inside of Tazima. They're followed back in the field then by Pure Alpha together with Travolta. And the last 2, Le Spirit Dealer on the inside of King Ratella. They start the run down the side now. 800 metres to run. She's Unusual by 3/4 to Sly Boots. Amusing given every hope, followed by Fleet Commander. Betar's next on the inside of the favourite Tazima. Then Pure Alpha from Travolta. Le Spirit Dealer. King Ratell's back last of all. She's Unusual races to the final bend. Still a half in front to Sly Boots, getting a little bit closer now. They're followed by Amusing, just being wound up, coming off heels. Yielding ground is Fleet Commander. Better on the fence, and now Tazima is given the cue down the outside. She's Unusual, 300 to go. A length in front from Sly Boots, whacking away. They're followed by Tazima. Travolta going better than Amusing. It won't run a place. It's She's Unusual still in front, but coming hard on the outside is Travolta. And Travolta went bang, and there's home it goes. Travolta by a length to She's Unusual, and Tazima third. Then Sly Boots, followed by Pure Alpha. Well, the winning runs come to an end today for Amusing. Further back, Fleet Commander, Le Spirit Dealer, King Ratella, and Betar with the blinkers on today, weak and right out.
Well, it was the third stringer as far as the market was concerned in the Waller stable. Travolta getting up and winning here. Tazima will get into third. No place for Amusing. She's Unusual. Couldn't hold out Travolta, who came with a well-timed run with Sienna Grimer, a Saturday winner for Sydney's leading stable, Chris Waller. Number 1, Travolta will be first. 7, She's Unusual will be second. And third will be number 11, Tazima.
He's racing so well, and she's learned from the ride on him last time, and she comes with the last shot. Sienna on Travolta, who's he's been around the mark all preparation, and just had that will to win today. She was great, much improved from She's Unusual there. Loomed up Tazima and just couldn't go on with the job. The other favourite may have just come to the end of the preparation. Every possible chance there, Amusing, and maybe time for a little break. She's done a great job this prep, but a good tough performance from a hardy horse here.
Yeah, and I think it was a very, very good ride too, Ronnie. She drew okay. She obviously went back. The speed was nice and genuine sort of through the mid stages, but she didn't panic. She let the horse go through his gears. I think she's got a bright future, this Sienna. She's riding really, really well, putting him in the right spot and getting there over the line at the right time.
2:03.47 the race time, 2:03.47, home in 35. Well done, Charlie. Sienna got her revenge today after frustrating second last start on Travolta.
Yeah, absolutely. I think she was shattered to have come up against J-Mac last time, and obviously had a sort of bit of a match again today. So delighted for her, and obviously delighted for the owners. He's been a fantastic horse all preparation. He keeps sort of ticking the boxes and progressing, and to tell you the truth, we don't really know how far he can go. Right. So he's a very exciting horse. He seems to be very push button. It's good to see him do it on a dry track today, because You know, obviously when he starts winning at the beginning of the prep, you think, oh, is he just a wet tracker? And he obviously isn't. So he's got a very bright future. Well done. Thank you.
To move forward now. Good race coming up, the up-and-coming stakes. It's an open betting race, and the light is on. We're all set. Ready to go now. Gates are back. They're off and racing. Pretty good line out overall. Crown the King off the inside. Jump well with Grand Prairie. Aerodrome's pretty handy going forward for Moyes out deep. And 60s is in the thick of the action as well. Providence jumped out of the gates towards the rear of the field, but improves on the rails as Moyes taken back. And Tyreek will settle down last of all. So Crown the King on the inside will hold the front. From Aerodrome the outside. 60s goes to third, clear from Providence. Grand Prairie 2 lengths away, 2 for Moy. Racing on the outside of Tyreek. Pretty bunch field here, and Crown the King under double wraps. Leads here from the weight carrier of the field, Aerodrome. 60s up on the outside of Providence, then Grand Prairie in the white cap. For Moy wider out, and Tyreek on the fence last of all. Crown the King at the 450. A narrow leader from Aerodrome, 60s 3 out, followed by Providence looking for a bit of room. Grand Prairie's all cluttered up. For Moy has galloping room the outside, and Tyreek will need some luck. Crown the King inside the 300. Leads narrowly from Aerodrome, sticking to the task. There's a fall back in the field. Tyreek, Crown the King bursting through Grand Prairie, and for Moy on the outside. For Moy and Grand Prairie race to the front together. It's Grand Prairie and Moy. Grand Prairie did best. Grand Prairie won the up and coming narrowly from Moy, and Crown the King third. Aerodrome fourth, followed in by 60s, Providence, and unfortunately going amiss, Tyreek, when racing into restricted room at the 225. Rider Dylan Gibbons is down on the track inside the running rail as I speak.
Yes, tragedy for Tyreek. Dylan Gibbons will get an update on him shortly. Unfortunately, you could see that coming a mile off when there was Grand Prairie and Providence in a jostle when Grand Prairie went for that run and Tyreek was over on the inside, Corey. It was all sort of happening in slow motion.
It was, and you could see those back markers because they were travelling so well, Rads. They were all both fighting for the one position, Tommy Sherry and J-Mac. And sort of I'm not saying pushing and shoving, but it was very, very cramped for room. They had runners either side of them, and they were all going for the one run. And yeah, you could see it happening a long way out.
Yeah, well, there's more to unfold after that, so we can't show you, obviously. We'll just see how Dylan is there, but we can't see what actually did unfold there. They were very, very top.
Its position. Righto, Confess Our Dreams, the last to move in. Goes into the outside draw. 1,100 metres the distance here of the Merrylands RSL. Ready now. Gates are back, they're off. Poker Jack was last out. Rosalind Star is really revved up out of the gates and wants to lead. With that, Parallel is right there in second. Shaggy out deep from Desi Emperor. Dance to the Boom pushing through. Confess Our Dreams caught wide. Further back, Catch the Glory. Then came Polyglot from Ningaloo Star. Poker Jack as they start the run down the side, and Cosmonova is back towards the rear enders. With that, Parallel booted up on the inside to hold out Rosalind Star. The pace has been okay. Then came Shaggy. Dance to the Boom in the middle of the pack as they come to the turn. Further back to Desi Emperor. Confess Our Dreams. Now Polyglot's back in the field and all boxed up as they straighten for the run home. It's Without Parallel on the inside of Rosalind Star. Stride for stride. Dance to the Boom into the clear. Polyglot into the clear. Rosalind Star moved up to join Without Parallel. Catch the Glory the inside. Polyglot running on. Dance to the Boom. Cosmonova's very late. Catch the Glory hard fence. It's Catch the Glory in front from Polyglot. And Catch the Glory at an upset. Catch the Glory by a length and a quarter to Polyglot. Photo third, Dance to the Boom and Cosmonova. They beat up Without Parallel. Rosalind Star weakened out. Then Poker Jack, Desi Emperor. Further back to Ningaloo Star, Confess Our Dreams, and Shaggy was last in.
Catch the Glory, number 4, Adam Hieronymus and Jason Call back to the inside. We'll get up and win here from Polyglot. We'll have the numbers flash up on your screen as soon as they're there as we head to Brisbane. Well done, Jace. Adam Hieronymus back to the inside.
Yeah, exactly what we did last start, except last start on the heavy track probably wasn't the place to be. So all panned out perfectly. Speed was on, lovely trip in transit, got held up for just long enough and then showed a good turn of foot.
The horse is undoubtedly in good form and that just win caps it off.
Yeah, look, she's been racing well for 2 preparations. We started her in the Fireball, a couple of listed races at the end of a 3-year-old season. She probably the last run just had enough, but she's come back in really good order and there's no reason she can't step up to that sort of level again soon.
Another benchmark race maybe on the way through?
Yeah, look, the higher you get their benchmark, the better they are when they step into that black type. So if we can get an 88 or something, perfect, and then make a decision from there.
Well done.
Thank you.
Well done, Hippo. Nice little win.
Yep, it was fantastic. She's been racing well and she got penalised for that a couple of starts back going up in weight, and she tries so hard. She needs things to go her way. Last start she ran well, but speed was against us, and although she was in a good position, she just wants to get it over and done with, and she needs that speed in the race just to let her relax, and you can see the turn of foot that she had today.
A nice start to the season.
Yeah, it's going fantastic, so hopefully we can keep building today.
Well done.
Thank you.
Clash coming up here. Darren Flindell.
Boy won this race last year. It turned out to be his last success. By Vogt is the last to move into the barriers. Now with Chris Waller first up. By Vogt moves in. And we're ready to run. 7-2 battle here on the San Domenico Stakes. There's the light. Racing Rivellino a little bit sluggish out, and Tom Vegas will settle last. Raging Force began fast together with King of Pop the outside, and By Vogt is out deep. Pushing up behind them now is Wotan on the inside of Devil Knight, and a gap to Rivellino on the inside of Tom Vegas. Zach Lloyd goes forward here on King of Pop. Hasn't crossed Raging Force as yet. By Vogt is up on the outside. Devil Knight, Wotan get good runs camp behind the speed. 2 after Tom Vegas, and Rivellino ridden quietly back last on the rails. It's King of Pop with the head in front. Raging Force is not giving up the fence. By Vogt on a 3-wide path. Devil Knight tracking up. Wotan right behind. Rivellino a ride for luck on the inside. And Tom Vegas is still back last. Raging Force being tackled by Vogt on the outside. Up the inside is Wotan. They beat off King of Pop. 4 further back to Rivellino. Raging Force going strongly. 150 out. Trying hard on the inside is Wotan. Coming in on top of him, Raging Force, but Raging Force kicks away. He's been a force of nature during the winter, and that's 4 in a row. Raging Force a length and a half to Wotan, who should have finished closer. By Vogt in third, followed by Rivellino warming up late. A gap to Devil Knight and a big gap to King of Pop, and Tom Vegas was last in.
Well. He looked like he was holding him anyway, but gee whiz, Raging Force rolling in there to Wotan. He's the real deal. He's won a San Domenico. The gelded Raging Force beats the big high-priced colt in Wotan. Draws away to win by a decent margin, but he rolled in late there, Ronnie, onto Wotan when the race was all over.
Yeah, maybe. See what the jockeys did. His throttle right down. McDonald, I think he maybe should have given him a dig in the ribs and got a bit closer to him. Would have made a bit more interest. As we see the head on here, there's obviously plenty of room for him to come through. Wotan. Tommy's got a little bit up the sleeve. He asks him to go, gives him a slap up. McDonald gets serious on Wotan. He's starting to wind into the work, and then intimidation galore there. So, yeah, maybe a little bit close to home, but we're getting to that serious stage of the carnival, getting into the carnival now with the blokes, the boys riding like that, and there'll be consequences.
Am I wrong? Was Raging Force going to hold Wotan despite that interference? Or
I think so, Rads, but I'm sure that J-Mac will go and have a look at that film because there are plenty of grounds there.
He's got to.
I'd like to be a fly on the wall in the jockeys' room today. I'm sure that the boys and girls getting back in there today would have plenty to say after racing like that. Like you said, Ronnie, when you're competing at the top level, I'm not saying this argy-bargy happens all the time, but this is what happens.
You know what, on those heavy tracks we've been racing on, there's been no interference because jockeys give themselves so much room.
They spread fan,
out.
Give themselves room to keep the horse balanced, but when they're racing on good tracks like this, it's super competitive, and when, like Ronnie said, you're coming into these big races, the boys are playing for keeps.
Back on a dry deck today. Here's Peter Snowden, the winning trainer, as Raging Force comes back. Well done, Pete. He's obviously the real deal.
Oh, yes, mate. That was a good test for him today as well, because there's a slipper, a place getter, a Blue Diamond winner, and a few other horses there showing a fair bit of ability. So, he met the A-graders. They weren't benchmark horses, and he's won well.
What is he beyond here? What does he go for?
Yeah, I think the Run the Rose and Natural Progression will take with him in a couple of weeks' time, and that'll tell us whether we can go 7 furlongs or whether we keep it 12. But the good thing about this bloke, he's not one-dimensional. I know he sat second there today, but I know Tommy will come back and say he just will have something in front of him. He'll chase hard. So there's no reason why he won't get 1,200 metres, and who knows, he might get a bit further.
And just to comment on Grand Prairie today, I know out there on the track it was pretty willing, but he got a big win today.
Yeah, it was a good effort. It's a race we sort of pinpointed after his last start and mentioned what we're going to do with it next. And it's good to pull them off, but it's just unfortunate what happened in the race. But it is what it is. And but anyway, it's good to know that Dylan's in good shape, and that's the main thing. That's
the main thing. Well done today. There's Peter Snowden as Tommy Berry comes back after winning on Raging Force. Tightening up Woden as they get closer to the line. The time 104.06, home in 33.51. 33.51 the last 600. When was the last time we saw a 33 in Sydney? 7.53 and 2. Here's Corey.
2.
In fact, here he comes now with Tommy Berry, who might get a bit of water.
We'll let him have a sip.
Taller than you up here too.
Well done, Tommy. He's got a real will to win this horse.
Yeah, he does. It was a tricky race because he bounced well, but he's a horse we want to get to 1,400, obviously, for the Golden Rose, so didn't really have any plans today. I just wanted to get him comfortable, but it didn't feel like Zach was going quick enough to lead me as well, so I didn't want to just give away the fence for no reason. But that's a full credit to him that he didn't want to over-race or do things wrong. He was happy to be there as well, and that's a new string to his bow. And he got a little bit lost in the straight and wanted to wander around a bit. I had to stop and grab hold of him, but then he went again. So it's an exciting horse going forward.
That's what I was saying. To me, he looked like he was stronger through the line.
He was. Well, as you saw, I probably tightened up, the colt to my inside. But when he felt him there, he actually went again when I actually pulled him off and got him going again. So he probably wins pretty comfortably anyway. But he's a very raw horse. He's quite new. He's going to be a better horse in the autumn, but geez, we're going to have some fun over the spring.
Well done.
Cheers, Brownie. Thanks.
Okay, we'll stand by for correct weight after the San Domenico. 2 to go here at Rosehill. And we've got 3 out. So the biggest field of the day lining up over there at the 1,500. Long run down the back before they turn. Here's Darren Flindell for the Mounties Group Handicap.
Seen to run here in race 9 as Cadavar now goes into the outside stall over the 1,500 metres, and they're locked and loaded. Good to go. Stand by for a break.
Okay, guys, be ready.
Just about ready. Racing now. And our Anchorage began particularly well, and Mikhail handy together with Cadavar. Stadio Mustea and Cosmic Vega as well. So Stadio Mustea is going to push on here and races up to hit the lead from Cosmic Vega in the early part. Our Anchorage third, and Mikhail's going to settle in fourth. They're followed then by Palmetto in advance of Grabini, converge about midfield. Followed up by Our Gold Hope, then came Straff Tay. Further back then to Half Yours in a wide position from Mezzabine, then Coco's Son. Well back in the field then as they go into the first turn is Straff Tay together with Berkshire's Shadow. Territory Express is a mile back in the field together with Cadavar and Etna Rosso. So Stadio Mustea sprints away down the side, really opens up the field from Lucky Vega, and then came Our Anchorage, Mikhail fourth the rouse, followed by Grabini, Palmetto getting close to heels, Our Gold Hope the udder. Further back to Converge from Half Yours and Straff Tay, and the grey Berkshire's Shadow heads the rest of they turn. Stadio must stay with a good lead. 3 lengths clear from Lucky Vega, and now McHale is starting to attack the line. Stadio must stay at the 300 by 2 on Lucky Vega and McHale. Nothing from the back making any ground. Our Gold Hope goes to 4th. Stadio Mustea still in front from McHale, who's trying to knuckle down. Stadio Mustea is kicking hard in the lead, keeps running, and Stadio Mustea led all the way to beat McHale. Our Gold Hope third. Strathday thundered home with Half Yours the outside. Further back then to Lucky Vega, Palmetto, Converge, Etna Rosso, Cadavar from our Anchorage, Mezzabine from Valiant King, Asterix, Wellback, Berkshire, Shadowy Coco, Sun and Territory Express.
He's the backup king, Joe Pride. He knows when to do it. He knows the right horse to do it with, and he gassed them. Stadio Mustea on the backup from Sunday in the Goulburn Cup. Here he is, lining up at Rosehill, and he leads all the way. McHale set out after him, but even he got tired, Ronnie, first up, trying to chase down this very fit racehorse.
Yeah, Doug, I'm thinking mid-race, I don't think he's good enough to go out that hard with 60 kilos and hold off a field like this, but he is just too good, Joe. He knew that was the right tactics for the day with a very fit horse. You got first up horse, a second up horse, a couple of other first up horses. So he's beat he's just beat them with sheer fitness and a good, positive, confident ride and confident instructions, I must say, that would have been as well. But just too fit, and he's just caught them, on the spot there.
I know he probably had all intentions of going out and leading the race at a solid tempo, but I wonder whether Adam Myronis firstly knew that he was that far in front and running them off their legs, or was it an actual planned move to go that fast? But whatever, he rode it well.
And he got the money. So Stadio Mustea beats McHale and Our Gold Hope. He gets a pass. Half Yours. There he is hitting the line.
He ran really, really well.
Well done, Orla. A good plan by the stable to back up today.
Yeah, no, it was. He's such a genuine horse, and when everything goes his way, obviously, he just runs well. I don't know, sorry, lost a bit of words, because he's just such a tough little horse, and he's always shows up and always puts his best foot forward.
Did Joe have a plan to tell Adam to go out and run them along like that?
Generally always go forward with him. He just runs best and you just let him roll. And I don't know, they was a bit slow out of the barriers, but Adam was happy to just push on and stretch them out and let them run behind him and follow up.
Do you reckon Joe had this plan in mind to back up even before he went to Goulburn? Was that in the back of his mind?
Yeah, it was on the back of his mind, depending on how he came out of that run to back him up today.
Yeah, tough horse.
Yeah, he really is. And he loves it here at Rosehill. I think that's 4 wins now he's had here at Rosehill. Yeah, so he loves it here.
Great job.
Thank you.
Good on you, Orla.
Well done, Adam. Now, that was a great ride. Was that the plan? And did you know you were that far in front?
I knew I was in front by a margin, but... no, it wasn't the plan. Obviously, he's a free bowling horse, and he felt really good before the race. And when Joe backs these horses up, you take notice, and you could feel that. I could feel that going to the gates. But it doesn't make things easy. He sort of dwells a little bit at the start, and you have to give him a shake up. And I give him a good shake up, but he got running, and. I just tried to stay off and go straight down the back, but when we started turning, I was like, this isn't sustainable, and I just tried to bring the bridle into his mouth and out of his mouth and just try to get him thinking about something else, because he was really wanting to rock and roll. But full credit to him, track's perfect, and we were able to rail up, and he still run home in nice times off the back of setting a nice tempo. So it was always going to be hard for the other horses behind us, and that was the plan, is to sort of beat them during the run, make them tired catching us, and he's done a terrific job.
Great ride, well done.
Thank you.
And Lord Biscay is the last to go forward, with James McDonald guiding him into the gates. So we're ready now for the last on San Domenico Stakes Day here at Rosehill. And we're ready to run. Gates are back now. They're off. Geriatrics blew the start by about 5 lengths. And Sarati gets back. The Colourful Emperor jumped well together with South of India, and they vie for the lead, but the ex-Hong Kong horse is going to lead them. Now Felix Majestic in the pink is pushing through with Perfumist, who's got a bit of work to do, getting up on the outside as they go into the first turn. They're followed then by Gatsby's in the red cap. 2 lengths further back to Sergeant Major with Emmerich going around the outer. Disnex back on the inside for Lord of Biscay, followed by Lady Extreme Dark Glitter. Then Sarati and Geriatrics is the last one. South of India in front. The favourite Perfumist has done some work to move up on the outside of Colourful Emperor. They're followed by Gatsby's easing away from the rails. Felix Majestic the outside. 2 further back then to Emmerich in the white cap. 350 to go. South of India in front. Colourful Emperor is trying to come off the fence and challenge. Disneck in tight room on the inside is scraping paint. South India just in front from Felix Majestic. Disneck needs to pole vault them here to get out. Felix Majestic in front. Sergeant Major. Lady Extreme flying home. Lady Extreme got up to beat Felix Majestic, Lord of Biscay. I think Disneck was something beaten. Sergeant Major close up with Dark Glitter. Further back to Sarati running on. Then South of India, Emmerich, Lord of Biscay. Further back, Colourful Emperor. Perfumist understandably got tired, and Geriatrics. Lady Extreme, Jay Ford.
Lady Extreme, let's roll the replay and see where it came from. There was so much to look at there as they spread right across the track. Well, it's not even in the frame there, but right down the outside, the extreme outside, not in the frame. Where is? There she is. Lady Extreme, number 17, Jay Ford and Blake Ryan. Out at Hawkesbury has got up to win by a clear length, it would seem, right on the line.
What a finish. She really has a big finish on her, and I think that she's only little. We know she tries, and obviously a little freshen back to 1200, and the big drop in weight has certainly played into her hands there.
I've spoken to Blake a few times and he said she just does not know how to give up. I honestly, Brads, there was 4 or 5 winners there from about the 200 home. I didn't know where to look, and then out of the corner of my eye I caught her, and I wasn't surprised that it was her. She's just really tough, this horse.
Look at Disneck back on the inside. The baldy face of Disneck, who he has to give a bit of a shove to. The Colourful Emperor there late, but anyway, clear air down the outside. Ronnie, Disneck he didn't have a lot of room.
No, he didn't, and he's a momentum horse as well, so not a lot went right. Just put a few more chairs out near the steward's room there. And an orderly queue there.
And Mike Van Gestel's horse was getting home, Dark Glitter.
Dark Glitter. He doesn't know how to run a bad race neither.
Wouldn't know how. All right, Steve Ralton thought he might have got away by 8. It might be 9.
They might need to double that pizza order.
Well, here he is, Blake Ryan. What a finish.
Oh, she's a ripper, isn't she?
Yeah.
We gave her the month between runs. It was pretty hard for her here the other day, wide on no speed. I was pretty happy to see Denham's horse win earlier in the day too. You know, she only got beat 2.5 the other day and gave the winner 8.5 kilos, and we got in today with 2.5 below the minimum, and they went quickly enough. And you know, she's only a slight mare, but she gives everything every time she goes out. And we tested the water a couple of times with her, but thought we'll go back to benchmark racing, and then it came up this strong. I thought it nearly is a stakes race looking at on paper, but she just continues to just do everything you ask of her, and I need another 4 of her.
Right. Well, you might get another 4.
No, I hope so.
People should take notice of what you're doing with her.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, benchmark racing isn't going to get any easier at this time of the year, so what are you thinking?
I was thinking if she ran okay today, tip her out and have a crack at the provincial championships with her.
Yeah.
In the autumn, but I think she's won 5 now, so she can't win another one before then. But
have you got the patience?
While she's going well, we'll keep going with her if she says that I can. So
okay.
We'll get her home, see how she pulls up, and see where we go to from there. No plans.
Good on you. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, Blake. Blake Ryan. And it'll be Jay Ford winning the last. Corey about to have a chat to him. The San Domenico Stakes Day program coming to a close. Ronnie and Corey and I will be back on tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. for a full recap of this meeting. And the Group 1 winner of Treasure of the Moment in Melbourne today, and the Memsie. She came back in great style. And speaking of stylish, here is Jay Ford with a horse that rattled home, Lady Extreme, to take the last.
Well done, Jay. She's no oil painting, but gee, she's got a big heart.
She's just what you call a genuine mare.
And in form there.
She's in form, yeah. She's really had a really good preparation, and actually lost her there for a while. I used to ride her all the time. I lost her at the start of this prep, but it's good to have her back. And it's good for Blake too. Like, me and Blake go a long way back, so we've been good friends for a long time, and I ride a lot for him, so good to see him get another Saturday winner.
She was big in the finish. Did she feel like the winner?
Not until they went very quick. I rode her probably more quiet than what we normally would from that gate, and just rode her to have last crack at them. But once she come off their backs halfway up the straight and started to extend, then that next 50 she started to really let go, and I was like, oh, we're home here. So she's having a great campaign. She just keeps raising the bar. She's so genuine. It wouldn't matter what you put her in, she's still going to run well. So like you said, mare's in form, you just keep them going.
Well done.
Cheers.
They've run 111 overall, 111, 34.96 the last 600 metres. They flew early, the 1,000 to the 800, they ran 10.8. And then they came up for a bit of air, 11.7, and then another 11.7.